dears. Right now it is 5:12 in the morning. I am putting all this stuff in my crock pot before I go to work. We're gonna have chicken enchilada soup. So I have 3 chicken breasts I'm gonna throw in there. I have a cup of pinto beans. I'm going to put in half a tablespoon of cumin, 1 10-ounce jar of Rotel diced tomatoes with green chilies, a 10-ounce can of corn, a 15-ounce jar of black beans, a 10-ounce can of cream of chicken soup, and a 10-ounce jar of red enchilada sauce, half an onion, and a red bell pepper. And I'm just gonna put it all in the crock pot, cook it on low for 10 hours. So when I get home from work, it will be done. But I'm gonna start by draining the corn and the black beans. And now I'm just gonna rinse the pinto beans. I forgot to say I used a whole 32-ounce can of chicken broth along with a 1 cup of water. And I think I'm going to put a little red pepper flakes just to make it a little spicy. Also, I added a 1/4 cup of cream to make it creamy. Now I'm just going to put the pinto beans when they're rinsed, cut up the bell pepper and the onion, and throw it in on low for 10 hours. And a teaspoon of garlic powder. After the 10 hours, I got home from work and I just shredded the chicken. Put it back into the crock pot. Added some salt and pepper. Four ounces of Philadelphia cream cheese and a 1/2 cup of mozzarella and a cup of cheddar. Oh my goodness, this turned out so delicious. When I served it up, I added a dollop of sour cream, some dried cilantro, some more cheddar cheese, some tortilla strips, and then just cornbread on the side. This turned out so good. And then we had leftovers for lunch the next day. And for tonight's dinner, we are going to have those little filet mignon steaks that I had purchased. If you saw my Walmart grocery haul, you may remember. And a baked potato. I have my oven preheating to 425. I have washed the potato, poked holes in it. Now I'm going to rub olive oil all over it, some garlic salt, put it in that pan. Put tinfoil, not pan, what is it? A baking dish. Put the tinfoil on top, cook it for an hour. And there you have it, just steak and potato kind of night. I got my beans ready, waiting to start cooking once the potato comes out the oven. Heating my griddle for my steaks to go on. I cooked these steaks on medium-high heat for about 5 to 6 minutes each side. There you go, perfect grill marks. Everything's almost done. Time to cook my baked beans. All done, so I just put some butter on the baked potato, some beans, cheddar cheese, and a dollop of sour cream, and we had some A1 sauce to dip our steaks in. We shared the potato. We usually always share the baked potato. This was delicious. And for tonight's dinner, we're going to have this spicy island jerk shrimp that I buy from Sprouts. We usually take this camping, and we bought it for that purpose, but we ended up not going camping. But we've been craving it. It's been in the freezer for a month now, so we figured we'd just make it with some white rice, and I'm just going to add some corn to the rice. I just added a cup of white rice to the rice cooker, a cup and a half of water, and then about 10 minutes in, I added a half a can of corn. And once the shrimp was all grilled up and the rice was cooked, I just heated some tortillas, stuffed it with some cheddar cheese, and served it up, and that was it. Oh, and I added a dollop of sour cream because that shrimp is so spicy for me anyway, so I just dip it in a little bit of sour cream to calm the spice down. Hi, my dears. Welcome to tonight's dinner. Hi, my dears. Tonight's dinner is going to be chicken marsala. My chicken's still a little frozen, so I'm just putting them in the crock pot to saute them on each side for a little bit. I didn't put oil or anything in there. I just threw the chicken breast in there to warm them up. I'm actually using my crock pot. It says you can cook them on low for 8 hours. So I'm going to try high for 4 hours and see how that comes. But anyway, so I am loosely following eating on a dime recipe. So I got my 3 chicken breasts. I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, half a cup of marsala wine. It has to be dry, not sweet. Half a cup of chicken broth, sliced mushrooms. I'm just going to throw this whole thing in there. I'm not even going to measure it. I'm just going to throw them in there. And then when it's all done, you mix cornstarch, heavy cream, and water. I'm going to just cook it, warm it through on each side. Then I'm going to add the garlic, mushrooms, and the marsala wine. Put the lid on and let it cook high 4 hours. Then remove the chicken, stir in the cornstarch mixture and whipping cream or heavy cream. And they said to serve it over pasta. I'm going to serve it over mashed potatoes. So I'll show you what it looks like in the crock pot. I got dishes all over here. It's a mess. But it's 3:14, so I need to get this started. This is strong stuff. That's everything in there. 3 chicken breasts, the whole container of mushrooms, a teaspoon of garlic, half a cup of marsala wine, and half a cup of chicken stock. Once the 4 hours were up, I took out the chicken. I added a 1/4 cup of cornstarch and a 1/3 cup of water to the sauce mixture. I added a 1/4 cup of heavy cream, stirred that all in, put the chicken back, put the lid on it, and just cooked it for another half hour while I made our side dishes. I just made zucchini, squash, and mashed potato. Once I served it up, I sprinkled it with some Parmesan cheese, and it was delicious. And that concludes another What's for Dinner. Thank you guys so much for being here and watching my videos and being part of my YouTube family. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.